24 coaching staff. We hope you enjoy your time with us tonight. Go Panthers!
Welcome back to our third edition of Panther Forum. It's Takeout Night here at Panther Stadium. It's week 8 of high school football, and I'm your play-by-play commentator, Carson Cook.
And I'm your color commentator, Colton Hennessy. The Panthers are 4-3 on the season and have been ripping through conference play, where they are sitting 3-1. Last week, the Panthers put up a dominant showing against Little Rock Central.
That's right. The Panthers tore the Tigers apart to pick up their 4th win on the season. Let's check the highlights.
The Panthers were in unknown territory against the Tigers as the game was held at J.A. Fair. The Cabot offense found the end zone on their first drive of the game on a goal line handoff to Keegan Best. After that, it was all defense, and the score remained 7-0 going into the half. In the second half, the Panthers never looked back, scoring 20 unanswered points and securing the 27-0 win over the Tigers.
Tonight, the Panthers are expected to carry over the performance from last week this week against the Bryant Hornets.
Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. If you can't be in the stadium, join us on YouTube at Cabot High School Television.
Good luck, and go Panthers.
Hi, I'm J.D. Cobb with Guadney Chevrolet. You've heard plenty of stories about car dealers being short on inventory. That may be the case at some places, but not at the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. Guadney Chevrolet has an impressive lot of late model, in-warranty, pre-owned vehicles that I promise you are good enough for mom. Just like the ones you're seeing now. Remember, whether it's a used or new, the only name you need to know is Guadney Chevrolet at the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville.
Please direct your attention to the field. Tonight's captains for the game. Number 82 for Cabot, Jaden Boyster. 66, Peyton Driggers. 25, Noah Martin. 48, Samuel Rogers. For Bryant, number 4, Kason Trickey. And number 7, Brendan Bennett. Bryant wins the toss and has deferred. Cabot will receive the opening kickoff. Also, welcome to Panther Stadium this evening, former Cabot Panther cheerleaders on the track. Welcome the Bryant Hornets to the field.
Hello and welcome back to Panther Stadium. We got a good one here for you tonight as the Panther Pride will take on the Hornets. The Panthers are 4-3 and the Hornets are 6-1 coming into this matchup, but both teams are looking for a win. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Carson Cook, and sitting next to me, your color commentator,
Colton Hennessy. Welcome back, Carson. It's great to see you. As we know, you missed last week, and we had a new voice, and now we're back to Carson Cook. Just glad to have you back in here, man.
And definitely glad to be back. But as of tonight, we got a tough matchup. The Panthers at home taking on the Bryant Hornets.
Yeah, and like you said earlier, Bryant is 6-1, and they're also 4-0 in conference play. Cabot is 4-3 and 3-1 in conference. As Cabot coming in as some underdogs, and here they come taking the field. And yeah, they're the underdogs of this game, but a few sides have actually picked the Panthers to win due to their success they found at home.
Yeah, and I wouldn't call the Panthers an underdog against any team at home, as Panther Stadium seems to electrify them. Man, I sure am excited for this matchup tonight, Colton.
Yeah, and it's no special game, really. I mean, it's just interconference play. But, I mean, we've got the fans. I mean, they're always out. They're always packing out the stadium. And you see a lot of Bryant fans over there, too. Not too far of a drive, about 45 minutes from Cabot.
Definitely supportive. But, I mean, these Panther fans are just as supportive as you saw many of them at Ruston last year when we played them. Two very big crowds, and I am very excited as Hayes Cox and Amari Kreiner will go out to receive.
Yeah, that's that dangerous duo. Let's see what they can do.
That's an onside kick immediately, but it's recovered by number 4, Dom Delator.
And that's Dominic Delator, a sophomore. We don't really see much of him, but great to see him starting on special teams. I mean, that's just another one of those really young players that's going to get a lot of playing time in the future and really help this team.
1st and 10, and Charlie Powell and crew will take the field.
Yeah, and Carson, Cabot has pretty good field position to start this one off, and will be looking to score here early.
Charlie Powell and Keegan Vest in the backfield now for the Panthers. Charlie Powell looking to pass. He's got a man, and Gavin Reardon. Reardon, with some room to move, won't beat the first man. That'll be a gain of about 4.
And just a great tackle. Not any other way to get Reardon down other than by the feet. I mean, just a huge body, a huge build.
Second and 6. Charlie Powell hands it off to Keegan Vest. Keegan Vest met in the backfield and stopped there. Not something we get to say very often. It'll be a loss of 1 for the Panthers.
Yeah, and Keegan Vest had a heyday last week. Just under 100 yards with 97 on 16 attempts. And that's, I mean, well over 5 yards a carry, and what more can you ask for out of one of your running backs?
Well, we really get to see what Charlie Powell's made of on 3rd and 7 against this tough Bryant Hornet defense. Reardon in motion. Charlie looking to pass. He's got pressure. He's hit as he releases. Intended for Evan Mathis. It'll be incomplete. But a good pass from Charlie Powell, staying level-headed under pressure.
Yeah, great pocket presence right there from Charlie Powell. I mean, the senior QB just has, really developed as the season's gone on, just gotten better and better. And here we'll get to see Sam Dubwig use his leg that we, speak so highly of.
Sam Dubwig with the kick. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell will elect to leave it alone. And it'll be a touchback for the Panthers. Sam Dubwig not very happy with that one.
And really rare for Sam Dubwig to kick one in the back of the end zone. Usually you expect the ball to stop within the 10 or within 5 yards of where it bounces. I mean, just a great leg that Dubwig possesses. And unfortunately, that one rolls back into the end zone. But this isn't the best field position for the Bryant Hornets.
Definitely lucky to not be pinned behind the 10 or even the 5 is the Hornets. With a lucky break, they'll be set up on the 20. 1st and 10, the first time we'll get to see this Hornet offense.
Pull that jersey down just a bit. Walker at quarterback sends my Torian single.
Walker will look to pass. And what a grab from number 14, Sean Racraw. That'll be a first down for the Hornets, starting off hot.
And what a catch right there. Able to elevate and bring the ball in. As David Liddell just didn't have the best positioning on that ball. And Bryant now has the ball in more towards the 40-yard line.
It'll be a handoff now. Very obvious face mask call. That'll be against the Panthers. But something I noticed that most people might not, this Bryant offense is still running a tempo-themed offense. The recent loss of their previous coach.
That's Buck James. He's now at Conway, and Conway is having great success, has not lost a game on the season, and really hasn't came close to losing a game. But Bryant just gifted 5 extra yards there.
Well, that'll make it 1st and 5 on the opening drive for Bryant. It'll be another handoff. He's got blockers. Martin is out around the 50-yard line. They'll spot him at the 49.
And there's another first down for the Bryant Hornets. The Panthers have not figured out a way to stop this Hornet attack.
Nice to see this tempo offense from the Hornets as they'll give it to number 23 again. That'll be James Martin on the carry.
And finally able to get a stop shorter than about 10 yards. I mean, just a great tackle, way to force the guy out of bounds.
Jordan Walker looking at a 2nd down and 8 now. Walker will give the handoff to Martin. Martin along the right side. He's got one man to meet, and he can't. He'll be down around the 40-yard line. That'll be Noah Martin on the tackle. Noah Martin had a very quiet game last week with no targets even, but I'm sure he is glad to see a little bit of action early here in this game.
And it was all the other corner, Gunnar Poe, as he came away with an interception in that game, but a great tackle right there in the open field by Noah Martin.
3rd and 5 to go for Jordan Walker. Walker handed off again to Martin. He'll make many men miss. It'll take a host of Panthers to bring him down, and they'll be inside the 25 at the 24-yard line.
And if I'm not wrong, there was a Panther D lineman that broke through the line and had a chance to make a play, but just shifty running from Martin.
Jordan Walker at 1st and 10 on the 24. He'll look to pass. Across the middle, it's intercepted. On the return, he'll go down around the 34-yard line. I'm not quite sure who got that ball, but he sure is excited. That'll be number 13, David Liddell, the sophomore.
And David Liddell made a play earlier on the drive, and right there, the sophomore, who had battled some injuries early on in the season and a little bit in his 9th grade career, but just right there looking 100%. I mean, completely shifting momentum. And it looked like Bryant was marching their way down, looked unstoppable, but what a read.
And really, it just wasn't a bad pass. His man had a step on the guy guarding him, but David Liddell crashes down and gets the interception. Incredible safety play from the young sophomore. But now, 1st and 10 for Charlie Powell and Keegan Vest in that backfield.
We'll see what they do this time around. Powell at quarterback.
So the Panthers will be looking to get something going here on their 2nd drive of the game.
Powell look to throw. He'll just throw it out of bounds there, intended for Hayes Cox. It'll be 2nd down and 10 to go. Now, these offenses are two very different offenses. Bryant still with that fast tempo gameplay on offense, and it seemed to be working out pretty well for him until David Liddell stepped in. Charlie Powell and his offense, a bit of a slow-moving, powerful offense.
And it's really a lot of rushes and rush attempts. As here's another one.
Vest met at the line. He'll gain only 1. That'll make it 3rd and long. 9 to go for the first. The Panthers looking just not to get 3 and out like they were last drive.
And it's been a rough start for this Panther offense. We've seen this a lot throughout the year. As I'm sure David Liddell's over on that sideline, like, I didn't do that for nothing. Really amping up his guys. As hopefully they'll be able to pick up the first down here.
A bunch formation now for the Panthers. Reardon in motion. Charlie looking to pass. He's got time. He'll throw it up, and a beautiful pass. That's number 14, Aiden Tatum, on the reception. And a beautiful pass, but maybe an even better catch from Tatum.
And Aiden Tatum, another sophomore on this Panther team, just outstanding catch. A pretty good find right there from Powell, putting faith in his receivers, as I'm sure that's all they want him to do. I mean, if they can make plays like that, I just lob it to him every single time.
And just what a pinpoint pass. It didn't look like Tatum was that open on the play. Just a beautiful placed ball. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers, their first down. They'll give it to Vest. Vest might right away. It'll be a gain of 1.
Yeah, and the inside rush game just has not worked for this Panther offense tonight, which is really surprising. We haven't seen anybody able to stop the power back in Keegan Vest. But tonight, the Bryant Hornets are kind of just selling out for it, it seems.
And they're definitely crashing into those holes. And what do you expect Keegan Vest to do when the hole is filled up like that? I mean, this Bryant defense has done so good at stopping the inside run this game, and it'll make it 2nd and 9 now for Charlie Powell. Charlie looking to pass. He'll use his legs. He'll make the first man miss. He'll make the second man miss, and around the left side, he'll get out of bounds for the first down. That'll move the chains for the Panthers.
And what awareness. The pocket was collapsing, and Charlie just somehow knew it. It was to his blind side. He had, I don't know, he couldn't have seen it, but just great awareness. As they say, Charlie went out prior to the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd and 1 facing the Panthers here on the Hornets side of the 50.
Yeah, they must have seen something I did, and I thought for sure he got that first down, but it'll make it 3rd down and 1 to go. Reardon in motion. They've got a blitz coming. Keegan Vest over the first down marker. And the blitz was picked up quickly, but the quarterback and Charlie Powell took a very hard hit at the end of the play. That'll be a flag on Jaden Welch of the Hornets.
I mean, just ugly play right there. An obvious handoff. Charlie was kind of running away from the linebacker, closing in on him. But he just didn't really care. He was going to hit Charlie Powell no matter what. And great to see flags thrown on that play because that's just unacceptable. As now we see Cooper Powell coming into the game. Cooper Powell had a better game than Keegan, which don't know how many times we'll be able to say that this season as he's only a sophomore. But he had 116 rushing yards.
Charlie on the fake pitch. He'll get about 6 on that. He's inside the 30 now. And the Panthers really moving along after 3 and out on their first drive. That's not exactly what the Bryant Hornets expected. But now it's 2nd down and 4 to go for Charlie Powell and his offense.
And, I mean, great to see that from the Panther offense. A little fake pitch and a QB run. As Charlie, not the biggest guy, but one of the quickest. And showing it off right there.
Reardon in motion on 2nd and 4. Charlie Powell looking to his brother Cooper. We got whistles. It looked like a very promising play for Cooper Powell. He only had one man to beat him, which we know he definitely can.
That's going to be offsides on the defense. And a free first down for the Panthers as they are moving on this drive. Now at the Hornet 21-yard line.
21 yards for the first, or until the first points of this game for Charlie Powell and his offense. Cooper will stay in at running back. Keegan Vest still on the sideline. They seem to be giving him a little bit more looks as a sophomore. Powell looking to throw. Pockets closed. He'll throw it away. Gavin Reardon jumping about 5 yards outside of, on the wrong side of the sideline trying to make that catch. I like the effort, but to no avail.
And I mean, you like that presence too from Charlie Powell just to throw that one away. I mean, it was clear that the offensive line was no match for that Bryant attack on that play. As the Panthers will try it again here on 2nd and 10.
Definitely great awareness from Charlie Powell as he's been getting much better at from the beginning of the season.
Panthers are at the Bryant 21-yard line.
2nd and 10 on the Bryant 21-yard line. He'll hand it off to Cooper Powell. They'll give it to Hayes Cox on the reverse. He's got 2 men to beat. He won't be able to, throwing them away. He just won't go down, as he'll get to around the 16-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6.
Last year, but an illegal shift against Cabot to back him up instead.
There's an illegal shift on the Panthers on a play that looked pretty promising. Gets called back. Really unfortunate for the Panthers, but I mean, Hayes Cox showing off the speed and just launching Nick Miller off to the side. I mean, that's a huge linebacker that the Bryants have, but made him look like
just small.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to put it. Just unbelievable strength from Hayes Cox.
Charlie Powell looking at 2nd and long, 15 to go to the marker. Looking to pass is Powell. Powell finding his brother. He's got room to run. Knocked out around the 21-yard line.
As he will nearly get back to the line of scrimmage, but unfortunately would not. This is going to be 3rd and long for the Panthers.
And we were looking at a 3rd and long earlier with 9 yards to go, and then boom, an incredible pass and catch connection from Charlie Powell and Aiden Tatum. So let's see what he can do here as Charlie Powell, the pocket closes. He'll look to run for it, and he's sacked. That'll be number 46 on the tackle, Ryan Reynolds.
What a name. Ryan Reynolds brings down Charlie Powell as the kicker Dean Heyer is now out there, and what a season Dean Heyer's having. What a sophomore campaign, and just I feel like we say that every night, just what a sophomore campaign, what a sophomore campaign. It's just this team is just loaded with such great young talent.
The kick is up. It's low, and it's good from Dean Heyer. What else do you expect? I mean, he's made every kick he's attempted that wasn't blocked except for last week. As you can remember, before last week, we used to call him Mr. Perfect and Mr. 100. I guess he's Mr. 99 now, but he'll drill that one, putting the first points on the board for Cabot.
Yeah, I mean, he's just had an outstanding season. And kind of an awkwardly low kick right there, but I mean, you can't doubt Dean Heyer. Whenever you see it off his foot, you just got to know it's good. I mean, he's just having a great year and just a great talent the Panthers possess in Dean Heyer.
And the bigger leg of the two, Lucas Blaylock, will look to kick it off. Also just a sophomore. A lot of promising talent and young sophomores on this team. Very excited for the seasons to come.
I mean, the Panthers will be, as they're already a pretty tough, pretty dominant force in 7A. I mean, in the years to come, they'll just be even better. I mean, it's just a great team that the Panthers have.
Definitely. I think the dynasty starts here for the Cabot Panthers, as Blaylock will kick it off. We fielded by Rycraw. Rycraw met by 3 Panthers. He's got room. He's only got Lucas Blaylock to beat, and he won't. The kicker's just good at everything. As you can tell there's a flag on the play, however.
As that looked like the play was busted early, the return man ran straight into his blocker, but maybe forced a little bit of confusion for the Panthers.
And that'll be a holding call on the Hornets. That'll back them up to the 26-yard line.
The Panthers will get a chance on defense here. I mean, what a defensive possession they had last time out. And kind of unfortunate for the Bryant Hornets. You know, they've got to have their heads low, shoulders low, just a bit of bad body language after driving the football down the field so well just to throw a pick in the red zone.
Yeah, let's see how Jordan Walker will handle this. And he won't. He'll hand it off to Martin. Martin on the attempt of the tackle. He won't be able to get him, but he slows him down just enough to where his teammates can get there. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play for Martin.
And James Martin's having a great game tonight. It seems like he's been carrying this Bryant offense so far.
On the handoff to Martin once again, he'll be met around the line of scrimmage, only a gain of 2 this time.
Yeah, not much faith in the quarterback's arm following that rough pick, but here's, you know, kind of one of those in-between third downs. You don't know if it's going to be a pass or a run play. It's going to be about 4th and 4 facing Bryant. Or 3rd and 4, excuse me.
3rd and 4 to go for Jordan Walker. He'll hand the ball off once again. Martin met in the backfield. And the Panther defense excited for this one. They'll get a gain of 0 on the play. It'll make it 4th and 4 for the Bryant Hornets, and it looks like they'll bring their punt crew out.
I mean, I don't know if you saw it, but Aiden Cook wasn't in there on the tackle, but just so excited for his guys and for his team. I mean, just great to see a hype man like that. As you know, he's a benefit to the Panthers, not only in the game, but even on the sideline.
A lot of chemistry in this team, as Cox will call for the fair catch, and looked like a lot of men to beat if he didn't, as the Panthers will get the ball on the 35-yard line with 2:22 left in the first quarter. Cabot leads 3-0, and they have the ball.
And, you know, studying this Bryant team during the week, it was a little confusing looking at stat sheets to see Jordan Walker not only having passing yards, but also having punting yards. But as we see him out there punting the football for the Bryants, I mean, a rare sight to see your quarterback back there punting. But, I mean, whenever you've got an athlete like Jordan Walker, you're not really surprised.
And Mr. Do-It-All, as Charlie Powell in the offense will look at 1st and 10. That'll be Cale Turner. On the high throw to Hayes Cox, it'll bounce off the hands. It'll make it 2nd and 10.
As we know, Cox is able to bring those balls in, but maybe a little bit of fear with a linebacker and a corner closing in on him. So, I mean, a high ball like that, you just never know what happens. The first thing that comes to my mind is Alvin Kamara a few years back getting drilled. You always see that on the Big Hit mixtapes and highlights on YouTube.
It's Cale Turner. Now looking to pass. He's got a man deep in Hayes Cox and almost intercepted off the hands. And I guess that's why he's a defensive back. That'll be Day Wilson on the failed interception.
Yeah, I mean, Cale Turner seemed like he might have been just giving one away to the Hornets. As not really what you want to see after a successful drive from the Panthers, able to put points on the board and the first points on the board for the Panthers. As now it's going to be 3rd and 10 facing Cale Turner and the Panthers.
And on that throw, I mean, you just can't underthrow that ball, as Hayes Cox had to step on him, and they'll hand it off to Keegan Vest, who seemingly just didn't go down. It looked like he did before. But that'll make it 4th and long, and Sam Dubwig's time to shine, this time looking not to put it in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty tough for your average punter to put this one in the end zone, but we've seen Dubwig's leg before. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm sure he could kick it through the uprights from there if he wanted to.
And the Bryant coach telling Mitchell, you got to back up, you got to back up. He was just too shallow, as Sam Dubwig will pinpoint it around the 30-yard line.
And Dubwig walking off the field frustrated again. I mean, a pretty good punt. Able to put the ball on the other side of the 50, but we know what Dubwig's capable of.
And that's just not it. He can do much better than that, and we all know it. The Bryant coaches even know it. But most of all, Sam Dubwig knows it, as he's walking away frustrated. But now the Hornets have it on the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 for Jordan Walker and crew. He's got a man in motion.
I don't think you're going to give me one anyways. We need some points here.
Walker will hand it off to Martin once again. And smothering Martin is the whole defensive line. Nice to see Caleb Rudolph back in the game, as I'm sure his knee is doing much better.
And that was the hype man, Aiden Cook, and Caleb Rudolph making the tackle on that play. Just great swarm to the football by the Panthers.
2nd and 9 to go. We'll see what Walker will do here. He'll give it to Martin. Martin met at the line, but gets a couple more as he's spotted around the 35-yard line. Now it's 3rd and long. This looks like a passing down, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, and we'll see if they put faith in Jordan Walker, something that they haven't really done today. But and right there was a great tackle made by Logan Eason. That's usually Gavin Vest's counterpart, but after a pulled hamstring, he's been out for a couple weeks as it's Gage Stamper replacing him.
Walker looking to pass. He's got time. He'll check down to Martin. And it looks like the Martin show for the Hornets, but Martin just won't be able to get there. And what a hit as the other Panthers just held Martin up, so they can get a big hit out of that one.
As now Jordan Walker's going to be back to punt again. Very interesting sight. I mean, it just kind of wows me for a player to be able to not only throw the ball so well, but also boot the ball. And I mean, we know he's got speed and athleticism. And I mean, he's been a great quarterback for Bryant all year and has unfortunately not had a great game tonight as he's already thrown a pick.
That'll bring a close to the first quarter. Bryant will still be looking to kick it away now. I'd like to see Hayes Cox get a return out of this one. You've seen quite a few fair catches, but we've seen what he can do when he gets the chance to return the ball.
Yeah, and whenever you don't have Sam Dubwig back punting for your team, you don't really have anybody that can kick the ball that far. And so for Cox, I mean, that doesn't give him much time to run with the football. But whenever you do face a punter that can actually, leave the ball, punt the ball a long ways and not give his guys enough time to make a play on the return man, we know what Hayes Cox can do.
It'll start up the second quarter. It'll be quarterback Jordan Walker to punt it away. Cox will elect to leave it alone after the low kick, and it'll just dribble its way to the 19-yard line. And now that I think about it, having your quarterback at punter makes for some pretty good fakes, as I'm sure we'll see that tonight or sometime through the season for the Hornets. But now we've got the Panther offense taking the field once again at the 19-yard line.
As it will be Charlie Powell leading his guys back on the field, as Cale Turner apparently didn't make the cut, as it was just a rough drive for the Panthers last time out.
I mean, and back to that throw that Hayes Cox deep. You can overthrow that, you can hit him on the run, but you just can't underthrow that. A lucky break for the Panthers. As Charlie Powell will give it to Keegan. Keegan, that'll be about 4 yards on the gain, spotted on the 25-yard line.
And this Bryant D-line has just been outstanding all night long. Just continuing to, play solid football, just not allowing anything to get through the tackles. As really the whole entire Panther offenses came through the air tonight.
2nd and 6 to go for Charlie Powell. Son Reardon in motion. Give it to Vest once again. He'll break the first tackle. He'll break the second and the third as he gets a first down on a gain of 7 yards.
I mean, as we were talking about how solid this Bryant D-line has been, you just can't stop Keegan Vest every time, no matter how talented you are. As Keegan Vest will pick up another first down for the Panthers.
First and 10 for Charlie Powell and his offense. He'll hand it off to Vest. Vest wrestled down in the backfield. Helmets flying. That'd be number 87, Anthony Liddell.
As that run did not go anywhere. And pretty rare sight, but hasn't been as rare against this Hornet defense. Now it's going to the Panthers face a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, this Hornet defense performing even better than Ruston's D-line did. And Charlie Powell looking to pass. Just incredible pressure from the defense. That'll be Elijah Hill on the tackle.
As the Panthers will lose a ton of yards right there following the sack. And, you know, no time to react right there for Charlie Powell. I mean, it was like he took the snap, and then if you blinked, you miss it. Eli Hill showing off great athleticism and great speed to get to the quarterback.
3rd and 21 to go. Looks like you've got to go to the air now. There'll be some pressure. He'll give it to Vest. Vest barreling through a Hornet. Very, very hard hit, but it won't be enough from Keegan Vest. A very defensive game so far. One of the more defensive ones we've seen, as the Panthers lead 3-0 with about 9 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, not really able to pick up the first down or too many yards, but able to get Dubwig out of the end zone to make this punt. But as we saw, Keegan Vest kind of just told Jaden Welch to hit the weight room.
There it is, one of the better punts we've seen from Sam Dubwig, as he'll elect to receive that punt. It just throwing down and evading Panthers, as it'll take a pride of them to bring them down. The Panther defense coming back onto the field now.
And 5-star Dubwig showing off why he's a 5-star. I mean, unbelievable punt. It's just crazy. He kicks the ball so high in the air, but somehow gets enough carry. Just what a leg from Dubwig.
What a leg indeed. As Jordan Walker and crew will take the field once again. Ball on the 28-yard line. They've had to punt every time they've met the field, other than that one interception on their first drive of the game. See how Jordan Walker handles this situation.
I mean, the Panthers are a great team, but the Panthers at home are even better, as they're showing that off tonight.
Walker looking to throw. He's got a man down the middle and hit hard by Ross Baxter. And he'll stare him down as he'll walk back to the line of scrimmage after the dropped catch. That'll be number 12, Carter Ratliff.
Yeah, just couldn't hold on to that ball. And, I mean, that's another one of those high passes that's really scary to go up for, especially over the middle. That's just like that play that Hayes Cox dropped that one.
2nd and 10, they'll look to pass again. Walker trying to use his legs, and what a throw on a wide open man of Sean Recraw. Recraw will go all the way to the house. Coach Quad Sanders on his first 6 of the game. The Hornets will take the lead.
And I think Jordan Walker had everybody faked out on that play. I think everybody thought he was just going to take off and use his legs. And that was including Gunnar Poe and Noah Martin, as they both cheated up to make a tackle on the quarterback. But the wide receiver was able to sneak out and make a big play.
The extra point from Jackson Cook is good. And we'll see how the Panthers offense reacts to that, as they're down 7-3 now with 8 minutes and 35 seconds left in the half.
And we know that this Panther offense can get moving once they catch a little bit of momentum, because that's all they need.
Speaking of momentum, something that could switch the momentum now is Kreiner or Cox taking it back to the house, because why not? We've seen them get close before. They're bound to get it once this season.
Yeah, I mean, they're two of the fastest guys in the state. I mean, it takes unbelievable speed to catch them.
There they go, excited to see what they can do now as the Hornets will come to the field to kick it away. That'll be number 39, Jackson Cook.
As the Panthers not really expecting much out of the leg of Cook.
And they'll look for another short kick again. That'll be a fair catch by number 46, Wyatt Forte, the junior defensive back for the Panthers.
And, I mean, no problem there for the Panthers, as kind of a smart play, I guess, from the Hornets to not kick it to one of our dangerous return men and kick it short. As instead of taking one to the house, the Panthers are forced to call for a fair catch.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. But now Kreiner will take the backfield with Charlie Powell. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line. 8 minutes and 35 seconds left in the half. Charlie Powell looking to pass. He's got pressure. He's wrapped up in the backfield. That's not good if you're a Cabot Panther.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, as it seems like this Bryant D-line is already, they're already wearing down this Panther offensive line, as it seemed like Charlie Powell would at least have a couple seconds in the pocket earlier in this game, and as the half has gone on, there's just been no time for him.
2nd and 16 to go for Charlie Powell. Give it to Kreiner. Kreiner up the middle. Seems like he slipped on nothing, and he'll get to the line of scrimmage now.
So it'll be a 3rd and 16 facing the Panthers. And I suppose head coach Scott Reed just trying something new, maybe, with the speed back Amari Kreiner in the game, as he's had a great season. He was another one of those running backs. He had 2 touchdowns and 71 rushing yards last week against Central.
Powell looking to pass. There's pressure. Linemen on their backs. Just no protection for Charlie Powell. That'll make it 4th down and 16 to go. A sack, a run met at the line of scrimmage, and nearly another sack. Charlie Powell lucky enough and intelligent enough to get it away. That'll bring Sam Dubwig back to the field. And as much as we like to see him, we don't really like to see him on the field. But here he is.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely impressive, but you wish, oh my goodness,
oh,
just
wow.
Unbelievable.
And wow, just what a kick. Definitely next level ready is Sam Dubwig.
I mean, from 120 to the next, that's just not something you see from high school athletes. I mean, that's a rare college punt even. I mean, unbelievable leg from Dubwig. But like you were saying, we don't really like to see him showing off that leg. We wish that we knew he had it. As it seems we have a bug here in the press box.
Nice to have some friends up here. Sometimes we get lonely, but it'll be 1st and 10 for Jordan Walker now. Walker on the screen pass to Martin. Martin, he'll find the outside. Brought down out of bounds by Ross Baxter after the 1st down.
And Ross Baxter has been all over this game. Really not another one of those guys you don't want to see making tackles, because that means the Bryant offense is making it to the secondary.
Nice to have him there. Anyways, Jordan Walker on another screen pass. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess, as that'll be a gain of about 9 on the play for Martin. This Cabot defense plays a lot of cushion corner play, like cover 4 and cover 4 and cover 2. And I'm pretty sure head coach Quad Sanders has figured that out, as the snap is muffed. Walker using his legs, he'll get out of bounds on the prospect of Logan Eason.
And man, this Bryant Hornet offense working like a well-oiled machine right now. Just even with a low snap, Jordan Walker to have the presence of mind and the peace of mind to not panic and get about 5.
I wouldn't exactly call that peace, as the as the defense was closing in on him quickly. An incomplete pass from Jordan Walker.
As that one was forced by Noah Martin. Great corner skill that the Panthers have with Noah Martin and Gunnar Poe. Noah Martin, a guy that you don't want to throw the ball towards because Gunnar Poe may be the speed guy, but the stronger guy of the two is definitely Noah Martin, as he's delivered some huge hits.
And they'll go his way again. Martin will get to about the 40 now.
And right there, Martin breaks Martin's tackle. Not something you really see that often. People don't really escape from Martin's grasp. Of course, we're talking about Cabot's Noah Martin.
3rd and 4 to go. You hear those cowbells of the Panthers. And a dropped pass. They'll call it a fumble. And Martin, they'll call it incomplete. And I'm sure glad they did, because if they called it a fumble, I think Martin would have take that one to the house. Of course, we're talking about number 23, James Martin of the Bryant Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed pretty obvious from up here that was a forward pass. And if that's the call on the field, they can't really reverse it here at the high school level because there's no replay. There's no New York to call unless you're here in the press box, that is.
Exactly, and New York has definitely saved us a couple times. I don't know if it'll save Jordan Walker, though, on 4th and 4 as Panther Stadium is getting loud. Let's see how he can handle it. Otto's in the backfield now in a spread formation. Walker trying to get the play. Seems like we've had some play clock issues. And just a bit of confusion on the field now.
Yeah, a little odd as here the Panthers and the Panther fans are getting loud, trying to disrupt the Bryant Hornets.
Trying to draw the Panthers off sides is Jordan Walker. Walker on 4th and 4. He'll take it himself up the middle. Did he get there? Looks like a game of inches right now. As they figure that out, number 91, Jackson Bates, will come off the field for the Panthers. They'll call that a first down, and Panther fans not very happy about that one.
Yeah, interesting right there. Jordan Walker was hit well before the first down yard to gain. But it seems like he was able to move the pile forward and pick up barely enough to move those chains.
Jordan Walker looking at 1st and 10 now. Looking to pass. He'll throw it away. Intended for number 33, Jones.
Yeah, bad night to be a track star, as you probably would have got drilled in the back of the head if you were running track right now.
Well, they're going to send Martin in the backfield this time, as it's been pretty apparent they were going to pass the football.
James Martin meeting his quarterback. Walker in the backfield now. 2nd and 10 with 5 minutes and 36 seconds left in the half. Walker will take it himself. He's got room to run. He'll get out of bounds around the 26-yard line.
And we haven't seen that until this drive. Jordan Walker showing off the legs.
Definitely Mr. Do-It-All. Can definitely do it all, as he's a dual-threat quarterback for this Panther defense. 3rd and 3 to go. This Panther Stadium getting loud. Walker, give it to Martin. It'll be fake to Martin. It passed to Ratliff. Ratliff, he'll make it inside the 20 around the 15-yard line.
That's the big tight end, Carter Ratliff. Not necessarily big strength-wise or muscle-wise, but very tall and a great target for the QB to throw to.
I was wondering when we'd get to see a bit more of Carter Ratliff, as his frame is – he's a football player for sure. 1st and 10. Walker looking to throw. A deep throw and a great throw to Carter Ratliff. Like we said before, we knew we'd be able to see him a little bit more later in this game. And we won't have to wait that long as Bryant leads 13-3 now. Cook with the extra point. It is up and good. It'll make it 14-3. Your Panthers trailing.
Yeah, and Carter Ratliff, that's about the only time that he's been targeted. Maybe a few small plays here and there throughout the game, but right there just lobbing the ball to the big wide receiver, or big wide receiver slash tight end, I guess. As like you said, he's definitely a basketball player, but might be or definitely a football player, but might be a basketball player too. Just unbelievable how he can tower over everybody.
I was about to say, I don't think I remember saying that, Colton. As we got 4 minutes and 59 seconds left in the half, the Panthers will get the ball again. And what do you expect on this kick from Cook?
Yeah, I mean, more of the same. I don't think he has the leg to get it anywhere near the end zone. As we saw, the PAT barely made it over the crossbar. So probably won't see much of a leg from him.
It'll be a short kick, not allowing Kreiner or Cox to get the ball. And why really would you when you can just kick it to Jordan Van Gordon, who calls a fair catch at the 32-yard line?
Yes, I'm sure that's just what we'll see all night. And, you know, you look down on the sideline, you see a guy in a white jersey walking down the sideline. That's Maddox McCrory. Maddox McCrory was the star QB at the beginning of the season, only a sophomore, as he went down with a wrist injury. But great to see that he's walking down there with no cast on.
A lot of white jerseys I'd like to see on the field tonight. And Gabe Lynch, Gavin Vest, and Maddox McCrory, definitely other pieces that were missing, as Cale Turner's pass will fall incomplete. Looks like he had an open man, but on the back shoulder of Gavin Reardon. It'll make it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just an uncatchable ball for Gavin Reardon, just wide open in the middle of the field. Gavin Reardon, one of those guys that, you know, you don't worry about him taking a huge hit and getting laid out, as usually he's the one delivering huge hits and laying people out.
Send Reardon in motion now. Turner looking to pass. He'll use his legs off the pressure and wrapped around from the backside. That'll be Harold Lynch on the tackle. It'll be a gain of 2 for Cale Turner.
As we would hate to see another drive stall out, as the Panthers only really found traction on one drive where they were able to put up 3 points on a great kick by Dean Heyer, but other than that, the Panthers just haven't got anything going.
Cooper Hurd will come into the game for the Panthers now. 3rd and 8 to go. About 4 minutes left to play in the second half. Cale Turner just making the play clock. He'll give it to Keegan Vest. Vest changing direction. He'll make it around the 39-yard line. That'll make it 4th and manageable. It looks like the offense might stay on the field now. And just when I say that, Sam Dunwig and crew will look to punt it away.
And another drive stalls out for the Panthers. Another 3 and out. As Turner, that was Turner's biggest play that he's been a part of in this game. And it's just been a really rough night for this Panther offense.
The kick is away, high sailing. As the returner backpedaling like most kicks he's tried to grab. That'll be number 16, Simone Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, Simone Mitchell might as well just set up on the goal line. I mean, it seems like no matter how far he starts scooting back away from Dubwig, I mean, he's still having to backpedal. It's just been unbelievable what we've seen all season from Sam Dubwig.
I think those first 2 punts really confused Mitchell, as now he's having to back up more and more each time. I'll give it to Martin again, and just won't go down. That'll be a gain of about 14 and a first down for the Hornets.
The Hornets looking to hurry up here.
32 Thrash will be on the field now at running back, replacing Martin.
So Martin picked up 14, and now here's Thrash in the game. First and 10 from the 26.
They'll give it to Thrash.
Outside.
Not so lucky. He'll get a gain of about 5.
Yeah, Thrash right there, wrapped up by the defense pretty early, but thrashing through the defense was Thrash after getting wrapped up and able to pick up about 4.
Second down and 5 to go with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the play clock. Jordan Walker alone in the backfield now in a spread formation. Looking to the right is Walker. Walker looking to use his legs. He'll slide around the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Hornets.
This has been a tough night for the Panther defense as well, able to get a few stops. And other than that, this Bryant offense has really got moving.
Walker looking to throw, and a good pass and an even better catch by Ratliff. And it looks like it was going to be a hard hit for the Panthers. It'll go the other way as David Liddell, the man with the interception earlier, is on the turf now.
And that was a big hit delivered by Ross Baxter. But seemed like it just went through the big tight end's body and hit his own teammate as David Liddell's down. And we can only hope for the best, like you said earlier in the game. He had that interception that was really a momentum changer. And that was whenever, you know, the Panthers were able to put points on the board. And Carson, what do you think the Panthers are going to need to do here on defense, you know, to get back into this one?
Well, on defense, it's simple. You go into every game with the same plan. Don't let the offense score points, as they've already failed to stop 14 points tonight. But now is when you need it most for the Cabot Panther defense. And unfortunately, a key piece, David Liddell, still on the ground. And at this point, though he's been great for the team this year, just need to conserve him. He's a sophomore. You need him for his junior and senior year. It's sad to see him still on the turf now. But what about the toughness from Carter Ratliff to just take that hit from Ross Baxter and bounce right back up? Straight to the ribs was Baxter's shoulder pads.
I mean, you saw the shock through Ratliff's body. I mean, you could tell he was hit pretty hard.
Well, David Liddell will walk back on his own. Doesn't look completely okay with that walk, but glad to see him being able to get off the field. As Jordan Walker is looking for first and 10 with 1:56 left to play in the half. The clock will resume, and Walker with the snap. It'll be a screen pass to Martin. Martin met in the backfield, and it takes just about everybody on the defense to bring him down. And very impressive what we've seen from James Martin tonight. He's been able to take hits, run over guys, and evade guys. A very quick running back as well. I mean, just quick and strong. What else can you ask for?
I mean, that was the first time that the Panthers have gotten to him in the backfield all night long.
Walker looking to pass. He'll give it to Martin. Martin hit by Noah Martin, yours truly of the Cabot Panthers. It'll be a minute 18 seconds left in the second half. 3rd and long to go. 14 yards, still the first down marker, and here comes the noise from the Panthers.
Yeah, Bryant really needed something to stop the clock, but also the Panthers needed something to stop the clock on this 3rd down play, because if they're able to get a stop here, they want the ball back with as much time as possible.
Walker looking to use his legs, and he's wrapped up in the backfield by the Caleb Rudolph. And when you need him most, Rudolph is there to make the play for you. It's 4th down and 19 to go for the Panthers.
And Rudolph with his little Barry Bonds celebration right there. I mean, what a play by DK, just getting hyped on that sideline.
The Panthers have 3 timeouts remaining. Myself just a bit confused why they wouldn't use the timeout now and not let Bryant run down the clock as much as they can. And it looks like Bryant will take the delay of game. Excuse me, that'll be a timeout for the Hornets. 30 seconds to go. And they'll drain as much clock as they can before they bring the Panthers back on the field.
Yeah, I mean, kind of odd, and seems like a little bit of lack of faith in the offense as they've really struggled tonight, and they've struggled a lot throughout the season, as really the Panthers' strong suit has been their defense, as they're showing that off tonight. I mean, this Bryant team coming into this game 6-1 and has not lost a conference game. And, I mean, it's just been tough for the Panthers all night long.
Yeah, exactly. But when you can have a minute, maybe even a minute 10 left on the clock and just let them run it down to 30 seconds left in the half.
30 seconds to play until
It'll be 30 seconds left in the half as Hayes Cox will look to receive it. Walker with the short punt. It'll be straight out of bounds.
And not the best punt, but I guess whenever you've got a dude playing quarterback and punter, you get half the reps and half the time in practice, and maybe less than that since you're such a key piece to the team. As the Panthers will set up shop at about the 34-yard line.
24 seconds left in the half. We'll see what Cabot will try to do. Charlie Powell back in the game. And they'll just give it to Keegan Vest. And 12 yards on the carry. Looks like the Panthers are going to try and run the time out of this half. We've seen them in this situation before where they've had time to at least take a couple shots at the end zone. They'll call a timeout now with 18 seconds left to play in the first half.
Yeah, Carson, I don't know about you, but I would have rather had a 12-yard run with a minute and 10 left in the game, or in the half, instead of 18 seconds left in the half. As, you know, it's just been pretty rough. Unfortunately, things are not going in favor of the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Just now 18 seconds. You got 2 more timeouts to use. It looks like a passing situation here, but every time I seem to say that, the ball goes to Keegan Vest, and really, as you can see, it's not that bad of a game plan. I'm sure the timeout will come quickly after whatever this play is. It's Charlie Powell. Bunch formation. They'll send Reardon in motion, and they'll give it to Vest. They'll pitch it off to Hayes Cox with his lead blocker of Charlie Powell. He'll barely make it back to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like there's no timeout going to be called. They'll let the clock run out. Well, going into halftime, Bryant leads the Panthers 14-3. I've been your play-by-play commentator, Carson Cook, and sitting next to me, your color commentator,
Colton Hennessy.
Join us in the second half as Cabot looks to mount a comeback.
achievement. Congratulations to Westside Elementary, Wood Central Elementary, Stagecoach Elementary, and Mountain Springs Elementary for being recognized by the Office of Education Policy at the University of Arkansas as schools where students demonstrated high growth on the ACT Aspire. The district would also like to give a special recognition to Westside Elementary for being named a 2023 National Blue Ribbon School by the U.S. Department of Education. This honor is based on the school's overall academic performance or progress in closing achievement gaps among student groups. This is a wonderful accomplishment for our school district and our community. Congratulations again to all these amazing schools in our district. We are Panther proud.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Cabot High School cheer and dance teams will be performing together. We would like to dedicate this special pink performance to the breast cancer survivors and fighters and remember those who are no longer with us. We would like to give a special shout out of love to one of our own spirit moms, dance mom, Stacy Brantley. Please join us in a round of applause for these amazing warriors.
Hi, Bobby. Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
The Cabot School District is proud to announce that 4 of our amazing elementary schools were recently honored for their outstanding academic achievement. Congratulations to Westside Elementary, Wood Central Elementary, Stagecoach Elementary, and Mountain Springs Elementary for being recognized by the Office of Education Policy at the University of Arkansas as schools where students demonstrated high growth on the ACT Aspire. The district would also like to give a special recognition to Westside Elementary for being named a 2023 National Blue Ribbon School by the U.S. Department of Education. This honor is based on the school's overall academic performance or progress in closing achievement gaps among student groups. This is a wonderful accomplishment for our school district and our community. Congratulations again to all these amazing schools in our district. We are Panther proud.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your continued halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field the spirit of Cabot High School, the Cabot High School Marching Band. The band has been busy the last few weeks picking up awards. Competing against bands from 8 states, the spirit of Cabot had a top 12 finish in the Bands of America Regional in Memphis and followed that up with a second place finish at the Legacy Invitational in Bryant and another second place finish at the Power Band Classic in Lake Hamilton. Tonight, the band will be performing their entire 2023 competition show titled Cadence of the Canopy, featuring All-State saxophonist Brian Bendala, All-State trumpet player Callie McCoy. The show features several selections you will recognize as the band presents their artistic take of a rainforest. Without further delay, the Cabot School District is proud to present the largest high school band in the state, the spirit of Cabot, Arkansas, the Cabot High School Marching Band. and Jonathan Henson. High school directors are Rusty Hart, Kenner Reynolds, Philip Franklin, Brandon Wilson, and Ian Nice-Wonder, with assistance from Scott Reynolds, Lauren Franklin, Kaylee Boland, Allison Spears, and Preston Abbott. Please join us tomorrow as the band will be performing in the Paragould Marching Invitational Contest at Paragould High School. Performance time will be 7:30 p.m. We will see you there. And as always, go Panthers!
Ladies and gentlemen, after that awesome commercial, remember the Thunderbirds Air Show will be Saturday and Sunday this weekend. This only comes around once every 4 years and it's free to attend.
Hi, I'm Jamie Cobb with Guadney Chevrolet. You've heard plenty of stories about car dealers being short on inventory. That may be the case at some places, but not at the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. Guadney Chevrolet has an impressive lot of late model, in-warranty, pre-owned vehicles that I promise you are good enough for mine. Just like the ones you're seeing now. Remember, whether it's a used or new, the only name you need to know is Guadney Chevrolet at the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the south end zone at the 20-yard line as Peyton Kersey attempts tonight's Guadney halftime kick for $500. Good luck, Peyton. Good try, Peyton. Thank you for attempting Guadney halftime kick.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
3 minutes, please.
Thanks again to tonight's game sponsor, Guadney Chevrolet. We appreciate your support of Cabot Athletics. Also a special thank you to the Cabot traveling football teams and the class of 1973 and former Cabot Panther cheerleaders for coming out tonight.
Welcome back to Panther Stadium. To kick off the second half, that'll be Lucas Blaylock. The Hornets stinging the Panthers, leading 14-3. Let's see what the Panthers can do to mount some kind of a comeback here in the second half.
Yeah, the Panthers, without hardly any momentum in that first half, not really able to get anything going, as hopefully we will see a different outcome here in the second half.
The kick is up and away, a low line drive type kick. There's number 16, Mitchell, on the return looked like there was a little bit of more than just words exchanged from the Bryant and Cabot players, as Bryant will take the field once again on 1st and 10 with decent field position here on the 39-yard line.
Yeah, the Hornets set up on the 39. Pretty ideal for them, a great return to get this first half underway.
1st and 10 for Jordan Walker. He'll hand it off to Martin. Martin around the outside. He's got a gain of about 4 there.
Yeah, just a decent run right there to start off the Bryant offense. And, I mean, we'll probably see a lot of that here in the second half as we did in the first half.
Ball on the 43-yard line. Walker looking at 2nd and 6 to go. He'll give it to Martin once again. Martin met in the backfield. He'll break 2 tackles and carry the Panther defense over the first down marker. He'll be marked down around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, that's just really unacceptable right there. 3 Panthers had him wrapped up and let him escape. I mean, I understand that it's hard to bring down a tough running back like Martin, but that's what your job is.
Myron Thrash around the outside. He'll get around Noah Martin. Got a man to beat, and Ross Baxter he will, and Noah Martin coming back to make the play. Great awareness from Martin as he'll wrap down Thrash around the 22-yard line.
Yes, there's a flag out on the field, and Bryant is making their way backwards. So, yeah, an obvious hold as we saw the player who held him. I mean, we saw his hands go up, and once you see the hands flying, that's how you know that he knew he did something wrong.
Yeah, just trying to convince the refs. I didn't do it after a very obvious holding call. It'll be 1st and 9 to go now.
As we see Thrash still in the game alongside Fowler.
Thrash in motion now. Walker looking to pass. He's got pressure and hit in the backfield. The ball's on the ground. It looks like Cabot's got it. And up and excited is number 96, Aiden Cook.
Yeah, and Aiden Cook has had a lot to be excited about tonight. For this Panther defense that's kind of been struggling, he's one guy that's just not messed up at all as we see him just congratulating with his guys, just so excited over there on that sideline. But what a momentum swing here early in this first half.
Yeah, and Jordan Walker looking to try and make something happen on that last play. Sometimes you just got to throw the ball away. And someone that's been pretty good at that kind of awareness, Charlie Powell, back onto the field now. They'll hand it off to Vest. And once again, the hole is just absolutely blown up. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 to go. Or, 3. And it'll be 2nd and 7 to go.
As we'll probably have to see a few throws from Charlie, as really this Bryant defense has just been, egging him on just to throw it, just been daring him to, and just haven't seen a lot of it tonight.
Just refusing to throw the ball as the Cabot offense, as Keegan Vest will keep it on the ground. He'll get a decent gain. That'll be 3 more yards, making it 3rd and 4 to go.
And I can only remember about once or twice that Keegan Vest fell backwards, as there's one of those times there he was kind of stuffed after a pretty solid run. As now it'll be 3rd and 4 facing the Panthers. As you never know with these kind of third downs if they're going to pass or run. It's not really, it's kind of just that no man's land.
Yeah, I bet I can take a guess, though, as the Panthers have been working that running game all night. As they'll fake the handoff to Vest, they'll give a good throw to Gavin Reardon, bouncing off multiple defenders, and they just can't bring him down as he'll fall forward around the 13-yard line. Man, and look what happens when you trust Charlie Powell to throw the ball.
Yeah, I mean, star tight end and star wrestler Gavin Vest making a play with his legs. Usually just a great blocker. I mean, he's just been outstanding for the Panthers all year long, blocking, and recently he's been getting chances to receive the ball, and we see what he can do there.
Charlie Powell in the backfield alone with Keegan Vest. Vest will get the ball. He's met in the backfield. He'll lose about 2 on the play. Just not a lot of protection for Charlie Powell and his running backs.
And just, tough right there. We saw great downfield blocking, but unfortunately the offensive line did not do their job.
Charlie Powell with 2nd and 12 to go. Reardon in motion. Powell looked to pass. The pressure is getting to Powell. Powell finding his man, and what a throw, making something out of nothing. He'll find number 18, Evan Mathis. However, there is a flag on the play.
Wow. What a throw across his body. Looked like a fadeaway shot in basketball. I mean, unbelievable throw right there from Charlie Powell. Just to sneak it right over the hand of the defender. There's going to be defensive holding, it seems.
Yeah, and you're completely right. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Wow. What a pass from Charlie Powell. Making, like I said, something out of absolutely nothing as the pocket closed in on him across his body. He'll find his man in Evan Mathis. But now this is where you got to make things happen. It's 1st and 5 to go. Charlie Powell on the rollout. He'll throw, looking for Mathis once again. It'll be out of bounds and just out of reach.
Yeah, and that's a high-level throw to make right there. It's going to be tough on the run, as we already saw him make one high-level throw. So kind of surprised he didn't link up with Mathis once again. And Mathis, another guy that's going to be returning next year. He's only a junior. As this young crew for the Panthers has just continued to play, above their age.
Exactly. 2nd and 5 to go as junior Keegan Vest will meet senior Charlie Powell in the backfield. He'll pitch it to Keegan. Keegan's got an open lane and making men miss and dive after him. Keegan Vest with 6 points on the board. Cabot fans excited about that one, looking like they were struggling in this game in the first half, but now they're back after a couple quick, nice passes and an outside pitch to Keegan Vest. The last 2 things that you would expect to see out of this Panther offense is the pass and the outside run. Very good from Coach Reed.
Mr. Automatic right there to kick it through. That was Keegan Vest's 5th touchdown rush on the season, which is kind of wild to think about because he is the Panthers' leading rusher yardage-wise, but usually they do run that wildcat formation once they get around the 5. And it's just great to see the Panthers finding the end zone, 10-14 now, as they still are a touchdown away from that lead.
Yeah, Keegan Vest not with the flashy stats of touchdowns, but he'll get one there, and we just couldn't do the rushing game without Keegan Vest. As Lucas Blaylock and the kickoff crew comes out with 7 minutes and 32 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Bryant getting the ball now leads the Panthers 14-10.
And Carson, you got to think that this Bryant offense and really Bryant defense and every other defense that the Panthers have faced, they've got a pretty good scouting report on this team as the Panther offense has been pretty vanilla, and maybe a few trick little pass plays, rolling Charlie Powell out, that can kind of confuse the Bryant defense, as that's not something the Panthers have done all season long. So a great play calling by head coach Scott Reed.
Some would like to call him the offensive guru, as he does very well there. Lucas Blaylock with a nice kick. And met by the first man, the Bryant returner. That'll be number 16, Simone Mitchell. He'll be brought down around the 21-yard line.
And what an open field tackle by Gunnar Poe. Gunnar Poe, a guy that this Bryant offense is not targeted all night long. They're just afraid of him. But how could you not be? As you know, he's going to make tackles like that. But he's also great catching the ball, as he had a pick last week. I mean, just an all-around performer in Gunnar Poe.
Not just an all-around performer, but the one and only Gunnar Poe makes that tackle as they'll hand it off to Thrash. Thrash running hard. He'll get about 10 yards on the gain.
And there's going to be another tackle for Ross Baxter, as he's been all over this game. But like I said earlier, whenever the Bryant offense is getting to the secondary, it's not really what you want to see, but great to have a surefire guy like Ross Baxter back there.
Thrash, not so lucky this time. He'll gain about 2 on the play. It'll make it 2nd down and 8 to go.
Now, Carson, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was number 1, Ross Baxter, coming in and making that play. What a read from the safety position. I mean, that was just a great tackle, and, you know, you usually don't want to see him putting up stats like that, but whenever he's reading the offense so well, I mean, how could you not?
Very good from Ross Baxter. As Bryant will look to throw, Gunnar Poe will not be able to come down with that tackle. That'll be number 14, Sean Rycraw, on the reception and run after. He'll be spotted around the 49-yard line.
Yes, that was a sure 4th and long facing the Hornets, but all for naught, as Gunnar Poe with a rare missed tackle will lead to a easy 1st down for the Hornets.
Walker looking to throw. He'll try and find the screen, but it'll be intended for Sean Rycraw and bouncing off the hands of Sean Rycraw. It'll make it 2nd down and 10 yards to go for the 1st.
Yeah, Walker, a guy clearly not known for his arm, as he's had struggles with accuracy all night long, but it's also pretty apparent that even these Bryant receivers and tight ends, you know, might not be used to catching the ball, as there's been a few drop passes tonight.
Walker handing it off to Martin once again. We get about 3 yards on that. It'll be 3rd and 7 to go. And here comes the noise from Panther Stadium.
And what else do you expect? This place gets pretty dang loud. We see
Walker in shotgun now. Martin in the backfield with him. He'll give it to Martin. Martin around the outside. It finds a hole, and he looks like he's not going to be caught. To the house. That'll be James Martin on the carry. Looks like he didn't have much. He let his blockers do what they do, and boom, he found a hole into the 30, the 20, the 10, and touchdown. James Martin.
Martin showing off outstanding speed. I mean, there was not a single player on that Panther defense that was going to catch him, as once he turned on the burners, he never looked back and was able to score.
The kick is up, and it's good from Jackson Cook. Now here, Colton, with 5 minutes and 27 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, a lot of game left to be played. You're down 21-10. What do you do here, Colton?
You know, that's a great question, and it's not going to be easy for the Panthers for sure, as this Bryant defense has played very well tonight. Except for that last drive, we saw a little bit of a different offensive scheme for the Panthers, and maybe that's just what they need.
Yeah, a lot less inside runs and a lot more outside runs and passes from the offense. It's good to see them break away big plays like that. But here they'll get the ball again. I'd like to say Hayes Cox and Amar Kreiner would be able to get the ball on the return now, but I don't think they will. They've been kicking it shallow all night, and it has seemed to have been working out for them, as they'll keep it out of the hands of Kreiner and Cox.
There's a new boot out there. That's Grayson King.
Grayson King will get it all the way to Hayes Cox. I didn't see the signal of a fair catch, but I guess they'll call it there. Cox looked like he wanted to run with that one, but they'll call him down around the 23-yard line. Well, here comes Charlie Powell in the offense. Seems like Coach Reed has found a favorite quarterback so far.
Yeah, I mean, he's been, the Panthers have played the hot hand all season long, except for whenever Maddox McCrory was healthy. And clearly, Charlie's the one with it tonight, and he's been the one with it most games.
Charlie Powell looking deep. A little bit of a miscommunication, and he'll miss Hayes Cox and just barely evade an interception as two Bryant DBs will look for it, and both will knock it out of the hands of the other.
Yeah, I mean, that's the second ball of the game. One from each quarterback that's just been a fantastic pass just to the other team. As the Panthers have been lucky that there haven't been any turnovers. As now Charlie will look to make something happen and maybe play it a little safer here on 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, they'll send Reardon in motion. Fake the handoff to Vest. Pocket closing once again. He'll try and get it to Gavin Reardon. Just out of reach. But yeah, you were talking about the hot hand. And Charlie Powell seems to have had it for the past few games. Just a couple games ago at Southwest, he outscored Cale Turner by multiple drives. It looks like we found a favorite here in Cabot, as Charlie Powell will look for 3rd and 10 with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left. On their own 23-yard line. Cabot looking to make something happen here in the third quarter. The comeback starts now. Charlie looking for another. What a pass from Charlie Powell. High point up to, Aiden Tatum. He'll just barely get his feet in bounds. And what a catch.
Yeah, Aiden Tatum, a sophomore that's been putting up great numbers for the Panthers. As Hayes Cox has definitely been the leading receiver all year long, but these sophomores are coming along quite nicely for the Panthers.
Charlie Powell with pressure. He'll throw it away. Looked like it was intended for Gavin Reardon. But yeah, you were talking about these sophomore receivers, especially Aiden Tatum with the injury of Gabe Lynch. Looks like he got his chance tonight, and he's been showing out for sure. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for Charlie Powell.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that catch would have been good in any league of football that you're playing in. I mean, college and NFL, as he got both feet in bounds. Just an impressive catch from Aiden Tatum.
Charlie Powell giving it to Vest. Vest wrapped up. And that won't be Vest. That'll be Cooper Powell. It's just a little bit confusing, these running backs. They seem to switch out not so often, so when they do, well, they look just about the same in Charlie Powell and Keegan Vest, both very strong running backs.
Yeah, Cooper and Keegan just pretty similar statures, just one with a little bit more mass. That's Keegan. But Amar, the only one that's really different.
And Charlie Powell with a strike across the middle to Hayes Cox. He'll get down around the 43-yard line and move those chains for the Cabot Panthers.
Yeah, that's just a high-level pass from Charlie Powell. As we saw a lot of open receivers whenever Cale Turner was in the game, but he was not able to find him. And now we see Charlie, delivering a strike, and a perfect one at that.
Just absolutely slinging it is Charlie Powell. 1st and 10 on Bryant's 37-yard line. Blitz coming. Charlie Powell will take it himself on the option. He'll gain about 4 on the play.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can do that every single time, you'll find yourself in the end zone every single time. 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards. And we'll be converting on everything, but unfortunately we know that that's not how football works. As if it did, the Panthers would be in a much different boat here at home.
Yeah, down 21-10. The Panthers looking to mount a comeback now. 2nd and 6. Charlie Powell on the fake handoff. The play action rollout. He'll step out of bounds. He'll gain about a yard on the play. That'll make it 3rd down and about 5 to go.
Yes, that looked... Gavin Reardon with a great block in the backfield to keep Charlie safe for as long as he possibly could. As it seems like in the Bryant press box, they were expecting a holding call. But from here, it just looked like a great block.
Definitely 3rd and 6 to go for Charlie Powell. 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Reardon in motion. Charlie Powell looking to pass. He's got pressure using his legs. He'll look to throw and try and get it to Reardon. It's deflected by number 42, Nick Miller. That'll make it 4th and 6 to go. Looks like the offense will stay on the field here. We like to see that, the aggression from Coach Reed.
You know, a name that we haven't got to point out all night long, but I would like to take a second to admire a player. Usually we would like to admire Cabot players, but Drake Fowler of the Hornets committed to Air Force, but really has not been a factor in this game tonight.
Very impressive. A hard school to get into for anybody. As Charlie Powell and Cooper Powell take up the backfield for the Panthers. Charlie looking deep. He's got a man in Hayes Cox. Wide open. Will he get to the end zone? They'll call it 6 points for Hayes Cox, making it 16-21. Your Panthers trail.
You know, as we're talking of Drake Fowler like he's all that, clearly made a bad read right there as Hayes Cox finds a hole and Charlie Powell just able to hit him in stride, and Cox is able to touch it, take it into the end zone.
Yeah, maybe we should talk about how good Bryant players are all night, as it seems to be working out pretty well for the Panthers. With 2 minutes and 49 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, Dean Heyer will put it through the uprights. I almost didn't even have to look.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you. You kind of looked over there. You saw the ball right off the foot, turned around, looked at me, and we just knew. I mean, right off the foot, it's always going in if Dean Heyer's kicking the ball.
Mr. Automatic makes it 21-17. Your Panthers trail. Lucas Blaylock and the kickoff crew will give it back to the Bryant Hornets.
And really, the Panthers right here are they're in desperate need of a stop. They have to get a stop here because Bryant has just, ever since they put 7 on the board, they've been a different team than they were at the beginning of the ball game and have had just tremendous success on the offensive side of the football.
And you like to see this. Injured player Gavin Vest, a huge puzzle piece in this Cabot defense, hyping up his players on the sideline. A lot of team chemistry here in this team. A special team we've got this year. And an onside kick. Blaylock won't be able to slow it down. It'll go out of bounds.
And, you like to see a little bit of trickery maybe, as, this Panther offense has been pretty vanilla all year long. Hasn't really thrown anything out like that, as Blaylock wasn't even the one to kick that ball. Not sure who it was, but Blaylock kind of ran off to the side. Unfortunately, the ball skids out of bounds, and Bryant is set up with pretty good field position on the Panther side of the 50.
Yeah, excuse me. We haven't seen much kickers other than Blaylock and Heyer. 2 very special talents we've got in their sophomore year. But speaking of special talent, we've got Jordan Walker taking the field once again. Thrash in the backfield now. Walker looking to throw. He'll throw deep. Just a bit too deep, as it seemed like he had an open man in Sean Rycraw, but he won't be able to hit him, and it'll make it 2nd down and 10.
And Rycraw has been a target that Walker has looked for a lot tonight, but the Panthers have done a great job of minimizing the threat. As on that one, he was pretty open. He had a step on Poe, but all for naught, as that's just going to be a tough throw to make that deep.
Walker will keep it and tackled for loss. It'll be a loss of 2, make it 3rd down and 12 to go.
Yeah, it's not very easy to run whenever you run straight into the back of your running back, as seemed to be following a blocker, but just, not able to make it happen as there's an injured Panther on the field.
That'll be Jaden Boyster. Not something you like to see. He's had problems with his ankle ever since the past couple games. He'll be able to walk off the field now, but a tough player, Jaden Boyster, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him later in the game, even with his reoccurring ankle problems. He's a senior now, and now it's just now or never for Jaden Boyster. I love to see the toughness from him, and I hope to see him back on the field soon.
I mean, Jaden Boyster has just been great for the Panthers all season. Him and Hunter Corbusley have been the ones coming off the edge, and they've just been playing outstanding and just feeding off of each other. As it's going to be 3rd and long facing the Hornets.
Jordan Walker trying to handle the noise, trying to get a play call. I would imagine it's hard to do so in Panther Stadium. 3rd and 12 to go. Walker in a spread. And that'll be a flag. That'll be on Bryant. Jordan Walker not very happy with that one.
Yeah, not great leadership from Walker whenever you're yelling at your own players. I understand frustration, but whenever you're the leader of an offense, you shouldn't be, screaming at your own guys like that. Not great chemistry.
And Caleb Rudolph making this Panther Stadium louder than ever. With 1:50 left in the 3rd quarter, Jordan Walker now in a spread formation, 3rd and 17 to go. This is a time to go deep if you've ever seen one. Walker trying to make somebody jump. He can't, looking for a play. That'll be a timeout by Bryant. They'll get it right before the play clock. And wow, the noise from Panther Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, it's not very easy to speak, but definitely not easy to think in this such a loud environment. I mean, you can't hear much at all other than cowbells and stomps. I mean, I feel like you're in a mile radius of Panther Stadium, and it probably feels like an earthquake.
Oh, yeah, it definitely does feel like that up here, and all it took was the raised hands of Caleb Rudolph. I know every Panther fan in the stands are excited to see him back, and to see him that excited, you have to just get excited yourself, as even I wanted to cheer from the box.
Yeah, I mean, something that you're not going to see on camera is Caleb's parents. They never sit down on defense. I mean, what a great support group for such a great guy and a great football player in Caleb Rudolph.
And the timeout's not going to stop this noise. Jordan Walker in a spread formation, 3rd and 17 to go. He'll take it himself. He's got plenty of room, but wrestled down by Noah Martin. He won't get there.
As Noah kind of steps over Walker and stomps in excitement. As what a run right there from Walker to set up a 4th and manageable. As these Panther fans are going to have to get really loud here on 4th down.
Jordan Walker taking the field again, not as a punter, but as a quarterback this time. 4th and 3 to go. He'll look to pass. He's looking to the right side, and it's incomplete. That's a turnover on downs, exactly what we needed.
Yes, as the Panther fans and that Panther defense is excited. Everybody's jumping around. Everybody's giving each other high fives. Great to see that on the Panther sideline as the Panthers have a chance here to take the lead here late in the 3rd.
And you see Jaden Boyster at the bottom of your screen getting loud on the sideline, excited, screaming, "Let's go, let's go," as Carter Ratliff seemed to have been pointing at Latorian Singleton, signaling that that's where the ball should have went to. Unfortunately, Jordan Walker couldn't handle the noise, as Charlie Powell will be back on the field now. Powell looking to throw on the outright to Hayes Cox. Cox breaking it up the middle. A decent gain, a tackle by number 2, Elijah Hill.
As they'll say, it'll be 2nd and 1 facing the Panthers after a nice play, nice run after catch from Hayes Cox. Caught that one on the sideline and, like you said, took it upfield and made something out of nothing. Looked like a little bit of a 3-yard gain, and Hayes Cox showing off the agility and speed to pick up 9.
And second and 1. The Panthers got momentum. Let's see what they do here. They'll give it to Kreiner. Kreiner juggling the ball just a bit. Looks like he'll get stopped right before the first down. They might even move the chains. It'll be close. And there it is. First down for your Cabot Panthers. Not the most flashy run from Amar Kreiner, but it's good enough to get the first, as they'll be spotted on the 49-yard line.
Yes, it was a little scary right there. We saw the handoff was a little faulty, it seemed, but Kreiner able to secure it long enough to pick up the first.
And it's the fourth quarter now. Panthers getting led by the Hornets 21-17. But forget the score. Let's talk about the momentum that the Panthers have right now. After the fourth down stop, the noise from Panther Stadium, and not to mention number 59's parents, to Caleb Rudolph, really leading this stadium in their cheers. Nice to see such devout fans. Fourth quarter, Bryant leads 21-17. Let's see what the Panthers can do here.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like to bring up this Panther offense, completely different than anything we've seen all season long. I mean, it's rare you see an option or an outside pitch from this Panther offense. I mean, really the only flashy play that the Panthers have had in that book is a jet sweep. And other than that, the Panthers have really stuck to slants and inside handoffs. That's really been it, with the Panthers having confidence in a little bit of a different play style.
Nice to see. I'm not usually a big fan of change, but oh man, it's been good for the Panthers. It's Kreiner gain about 6 on the play. A lot of pushing. They'll blow it to a stop.
And I think that Bryant defense expects, from a speed back like a Amar Kreiner, you expect them to get to the outside, as he's really been the only one to take outside handoffs all year long. But right there, taking it up the middle between the tackles and picking up about 4.
And you say that, but he's definitely not the only one that can, as we saw Keegan Vest score off of a pitch earlier. Nice to see Coach Reed mixing some things up, a much-needed change of pace for the Panthers.
Yeah, and it's definitely helping this Panther offense if they've, been playing great here in the second half.
Powell changing the play to pitch it to Kreiner. Kreiner finds a hole, and Coach Reed didn't look too happy about Charlie Powell changing that play, but I'm sure he is now.
Yeah, if you see him on the sideline, he's clapping it up, and he points at his head, and he points at Charlie. He knows that Charlie saw something that he might not have seen, and that just works to perfection. Man, what an audible, what a read from senior quarterback Charlie Powell. I mean, that's not something you see out of somebody that's only been playing quarterback for a year. And really, there was a little bit of confusion on where he would play this season. I mean, just unbelievable read. I'm at a loss for words for what Charlie Powell's been able to do.
Charlie Powell using his legs, he'll tuck it and run. He'll be wrestled down, and there's a flag. But like you said, Coach Reed very excited about that last play from Charlie Powell, hopefully building up a bit of confidence, as that'll be a holding call on the Panthers. Not exactly what you needed, but it's okay. If you're Bryant, it's great for you. They're slowing down the pace, and when you've been getting riddled by this Cabot Panther offense, and not to mention this Cabot Panther defense here in the second half, the Panthers definitely need something here.
Yeah, it's going to be 1st and 20 facing the Panthers. Not going to be easy, but we've already seen a 20-yard play on that pitch play called on the audible by Charlie Powell, and maybe he'll see something here, or maybe head coach Scott Reed will see something here that will pick this big yardage up.
Charlie Powell might have to take the title of offensive guru straight out of Coach Reed's hands, as Amar Kreiner breaking the first hit. He'll gain 5 on the play.
Yeah, hitting the backfield but not going down. Amar with a bit of, you'd think he has fresh legs here in this fourth quarter, as he hasn't got much time tonight. That wasn't the case last week, as he picked up 2 touchdowns and had double-digit carries for 73 rushing yards. I mean, what a game from Amar, and what a game he's having already as he's picked up some big chunk plays for the Panthers.
Reardon in motion. Charlie Powell looking to pass. He's under pressure, and they'll wrestle him down. That'll make it a quick 3rd and 20 with 9 minutes and about 20 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter.
As that's just going to be the last thing the Panther fans want to see. Charlie coming off the field, being replaced by Cale Turner. Maybe a little shaken up after that sack, and that's just unfortunate for the Panthers, but maybe a little switch up here at the QB position could confuse the Bryant defense,
And Charlie Powell on the sideline trying to figure out just how hurt he is as he was shaking his hands trying to say, I'm good, I'm okay, let me stay on the field. They won't let him. Cale Turner using his legs now. And it'll be a decent gain of 9 yards, but in this situation, it's 3rd and 20. You can't do that. You just can't do that. And now it's 4th and 11 with 8 minutes and about 20 seconds left to play. And Charlie Powell is back on the field.
Yeah, I mean, Cale Turner, the pocket, he had another second in the pocket to let his receivers get open. And you imagine they would, as they're just so talented. But Cale, he is a junior. He has another year to, get settled in to an offensive scheme. But great to see Charlie back on the field.
Charlie rolling out. He's got pressure. He's got to throw, and he knows it. He'll throw it up, and it's intercepted off the tip. It was intended for Hayes Cox. Aiden Tatum was around the area too. But, hey, I don't hate it. You have to throw it. You have to convert. If you don't, they've got it even closer to the end zone. May as well just throw it up in that situation. And I like the awareness of that from Charlie Powell.
Yeah, I mean, an interception is obviously not the outcome that the Panthers were wanting, but you're right there. I mean, fourth quarter, you do have to release that ball, and he had no room to run as there was a man, containing the quarterback. He would have had to outrun all the defensive linemen and make a man miss, and maybe 2 or 3.
And something we didn't see on the far side of the field, we've got an official down. Not something you see often, but man, I sure hope he's okay. With 7 minutes and 53 seconds left to play, the Cabot Panther defense will take the field once again. And if you get a quick stop here, you get maybe 2, maybe even 3 more possessions after a great defensive performance. You need a stop quick here, though, if you're the defense, to get at least 2 more possessions on offense.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate turnover and could possibly swing momentum into Bryant's favor. But if the Panthers don't let that drag them down and do get a stop like you said, there's plenty of time left in this ball game to put some more points on the board. So, Carson, what do you think the Panthers are going to need to do here on defense and then turn around and do on offense to get back into this one?
Well, it's the same story. At the start of every game, you got to get a stop and you got to score. At the end of the day, it's whoever puts the most points on the board, and we just haven't got that down tonight as we've been trailing most of the game. The only lead we had was 3-0 at the beginning. But now it's 21-17. You need a quick stop here. Maybe get 2 or 3 more possessions on offense. If you don't get a quick stop, possibly you could only have 1 drive to end the game. We'll see what the Panther defense can do. And when the offense comes out to the field, there's not a lot of wiggle room. You can't settle for 3 as you're down by 4 right now. You have to get in the end zone.
Yeah, this one's definitely going to come down to the final seconds. And it all really depends on this drive right here. This is going to be a crucial momentum swinger for one or the other. And Carson, you said it best. It's just going to be whoever puts the most points on the scoreboard. As you might think that it kind of seemed like Cabot might have got a little complacent there after converting on that field goal try. As after that field goal try, they kind of slowed down.
7 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game. Bryant will take the field on offense once again as Jordan Walker looks at 1st and 10 on his own 16-yard line. They'll have to go the length of the field to score once again. And if you're them, you can't settle for 3 either, as the Panthers can tie it on just one drive. He'll throw it up and out of bounds. That was intended for number 12, Carter Ratliff. A target, well, a very targeted target late here in the second half of the game. We didn't see him much in the first quarter, as it was just run after run to number 23, James Martin. They later brought in Thrash, but now Martin is in the backfield once again. And here he is, Martin, just absolutely speeding past everyone. He's got one man to beat in John Connor, and he'll get away. That's not what you need as Panther defense. After just one play, he'll go the length of the field. I mean, 84-yard run from James Martin, just the fastest man on the field. Nobody could catch him.
Yes, he just, once he got out of the backfield, he was gone. Never looked back. What speed right there from Martin. That's just a heartbreaker for Panther fans.
Well, that changes the game completely. That's 2-possession game now to get back into it as a Panther fan, as the point after is good, making it 28-17.
What a run right there from Martin. You know, it's going to take some quick offense from the Panthers to get back into this one, as it's definitely going to take a touchdown, like you said. I mean, they were down 4, but now down 11. You can't settle for 3. 3 is not an option here, as it's a 2-touchdown game. With 2 touchdowns, they would be in the lead, and that's exactly what the Panthers will need here late in the 4th, as hardly any time came off the clock, as you might have wanted to time that run right there from Martin. I mean, just outstanding speed. But that will give the Panthers some time to get back into this one.
Yeah, we'll definitely go take a look at that run and see how fast he got down the field. But it's 2 possessions, but it's not all bad, as you got a little bit more time to have those possessions. As Kreiner finally gets the ball, he'll try and find a hole up the middle. He'll get it back to the 35. And now we just have to go back to before the half. We ran the clock out and elected to keep it at 14-3. Now we're down 2 possessions. Not exactly what Coach Reed anticipated here in the second half, but if anybody can do it, Charlie Powell and his offense can.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of highs and lows in this game, especially in this half, as the Panthers have really came out looking like one of the best football teams in the state, if not the best, and then turn around and give up runs like that and huge plays. As I was reading in an article, you know, Bryant has been a chunk play team all season long, as they're really proving that tonight.
Charlie Powell in the spread. Nice to see him in a passing formation now. A little bit of confusion trying to get a receiver to the line. Charlie Powell looking to throw. He's got pressure once again. And the story of tonight, no protection for Charlie Powell. He needs time to get these receivers to develop their routes, and he just can't.
Yeah, Charlie did all he could and nearly got back to the line of scrimmage, just a yard shy. As it'll be 2nd and 11 facing these Panthers. And it's going to take a lot more than what they showed right there to get back into this game.
It's going to take a lot more protection than what they showed right there, as Charlie Powell will have a running back in the backfield once again. He'll have extra protection with Cooper Powell. And imagine that. More pressure to Charlie Powell. A quarterback, he's been doing good in these passing situations when he has time, and he's either had to roll out or get it out quickly all night. This offensive line really needs to step their game up here late in the 4th quarter if they want any chance at winning this game.
Yes, it's been getting pretty ugly. These offensive linemen have just been getting ran over tonight. And the Bryant Hornets are really feasting on that, as they have sent pressure nearly every time.
It's a cover one look. It's Charlie Powell stepping up. He'll try and get it to Hayes Cox. An incredible acrobatic interception. And I hate to say it, but that just might put the game to rest, as Charlie Powell, with pressure once again, just trying to make something happen, throws it up high to Hayes Cox, tipped up and brought down. What a catch.
Yeah, what a catch right there. Jaden Welch. And, you know, this Bryant defense has dropped a few interceptions, and then on the most complex of all of those, they come down with one. Just unbelievable. And, you know, not a great ball from Charlie Powell, and that's just not going to cut it in 7A, as that one's going to get tipped up and picked and set up the Hornets with great field position, as they have a chance to put this one out of reach here late in the fourth.
And I hate to even blame that one on Charlie, as he had no time on any of those plays. As Walker looking to throw, he'll throw it away. Nearly hit a cheerleader, but he won't. It'll be 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, as one of his receivers, that was Sean Rycraw, went to run his route and tripped over his own shoelaces, it seemed, and went down before he even got looked at. So one less receiver to worry about for the Panthers, and one less receiver to throw it to, and no time, so just thrown away.
2nd and 10, Thrash in the backfield. And they'll give it to him. Thrash up the middle. Breaks about 2 tackles. He'll get about 5 on the play. 5 minutes and 50 seconds and ticking left in this game. Colton, what do we need here as a Panther fan?
I mean, it's definitely going to take a stop, and they're not going to go for a field goal for sure. From this distance, we've seen that their kickers do not have a leg whatsoever. So they will definitely go for it on a 4th down play, but clearly they won't have to worry about that.
Thrash just won't go down, as the Panthers will finally get him down. They'll mark him on forward progression, and it will be on the 31-yard line and a 1st down for the Hornets.
Yeah, not really sure what the Panthers can do now. If you can't bring players down, you can't do much on defense. So it's just been a tough night all night for this whole entire Panther team.
Walker faking the handoff. He'll get it to Ratliff. Ratliff won't be able to make it past Ross Baxter. That's been one of the stories of tonight, as it'll be a gain of 8 yards for Ratliff.
Yeah, one of the stories of the season. Ross Baxter just been outstanding. Never lets anybody get by him and never lets anybody go through him, as it's just, you know, guaranteed that he's going to make a tackle if a player's within his area.
Walker will give it to Martin. Martin making it to the secondary once again. I mean, the defensive line looked very, very good early in this game, but both the defensive and offensive line just letting players run through them here late in the game. 4 minutes and about 15 and ticking here for the Bryant Hornets, leading 28-17. As you can see, the Panther Stadium fans thinning out on each play.
Yeah, this is getting pretty rough here for the Panthers.
Walker, he'll dump it off to Ratliff. It's tipped, and Ratliff had a man on him, but the tackle wasn't able to be made. It'll be a gain of about 7 on the play. It'll make it 2nd down and 3 or 4.
Yeah, this is just not going to cut it for the Panthers. I mean, I understand a little bit of frustration, as it seemed like they had chances to come back in this one, but kind of giving up even with a little bit of hope still left. There were 3 minutes and 35 seconds. As miracles have happened before, and miracles will continue to happen, as we know, but the Panthers with very little heart here late in this game.
Thrash, the gain of about 3, 3rd and short to go for Jordan Walker and crew.
Has this just really been a tough one for the Panthers all night, and they've really fought, other than in that first half where, you know, they got the field goal pretty early, had a lot of momentum after that interception by David Liddell, and after that, there just hasn't been much for the Panthers.
Martin in the backfield now. He'll get the ball. And barely touched. It'll be a first down. He'll get it down to the 1 yard line. And if the Hornets score here, that'll be about the end of this game for the Panthers.
You know, they say it's not over till the fat lady sings. I'm starting to hear a little bit of a melody as it's just been a tough one. And the Panthers, you know, looking for a little bit of momentum maybe to go into next week.
On the quarterback keeper, Walker will get in the end zone, and I think the lady is starting to warm up her vocal cords as it'll make it 34-17, your Panthers trail.
Yeah, and the scoreboard doesn't really tell the story of the game. I mean, you got to think at one point this was a 17-21 game, but one team stopped scoring and one team did not.
That usually spells a recipe for disaster for the losing team, doesn't it?
Yes, it does indeed.
And as you can see, these Panther fans just thinning out now. At this point, just trying to beat the traffic as the Panthers are losing 17-35 with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game. They'll need a couple miracles to happen for them to get back into this game this late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 3-touchdown deficit is not anything to marvel at. You know, as Panther fans, this is pretty devastating in all honesty, as it looked like upset was brewing here at Panther Stadium. But, you know, the Panthers maybe looking for a little bit of momentum to take on the road, and a long way on the road. It will be Fort Smith Northside next week.
Bryant looking to kick it away. That'll be a fair catch. That'll be number 11, Jordan Van Gordon, on his second fair catch of the night. It'll be at the 30-yard line now. But Bryant, if they can make a defensive stop here and a couple more times, they'll run away 5-0 in conference play and 7-1 all around.
Bryant came into this game as the fourth-ranked team in 7A, and one of those guys, one of those teams that they're behind one of the toughest tasks, if not the toughest task, in all of 7A is the Conway Wampus Cats. As you just wonder what that matchup will look like, as the Wampus Cats are yet to lose, and this Bryant team only has one loss.
Turner will pitch it to Cooper Powell, and he'll lose 3 on the play, 2nd and 13 to go. But yeah, you were talking about the matchup between the Conway Wampus Cats and the Bryant Hornets. Both teams looking really, really good this year. But Conway just looks phenomenal with that new coach running that new fast tempo offense. As you see, Bryant has slowed down their offense from quite a bit last year, maybe trying to get used to head coach Quad Sanders. As Cale Turner will look to throw, he'll find a man in the flats, and Cooper Powell, his first complete pass of the night. It'll be 8 yards on the game.
Yeah, I mean, Quad Sanders really done a great job. Obviously, Bryant has a lot of talent on their roster, but, you know, to not lose it all whenever you lose by far the best coach in the state, other than, of course, head coach Scott Reed. I mean, whenever you lose a guy like Buck James, usually teams just turn into nothing, but this Bryant team has not, and I mean, some of the plays that they've been able to make have made them look Conway-esque.
Definitely. Cale Turner on the flats to Cooper Powell. Cooper Powell barreling over Bryant Hornets. He'll get the first down and much more. But yeah, you were talking about Quad Sanders. Big shoes to fill is Quad Sanders, and he's been doing a phenomenal job. With 50 more seconds left in the game, Cale Turner and his offense will run a hurry-up situation. 1st and 10 on their own 48. Cale Turner slinging one downfield, intercepted. And that'll be Harold Lynch on The interception. He's got one man to beat. He won't be able to. He'll get inside the 20. That's his second interception on the night. And that will put the Panthers to rest. 31 seconds left in the game. Bryant 35 as of now. Panthers 17 and trailing.
As just more of the same, what we've seen from Cale Turner. Not only tonight, but all season, as he's definitely been struggling. But, you know, a bright future for Cale Turner, as the pitcher is committed to Oklahoma State for baseball, and he has another year in this Panther offense. So already getting some reps as a junior, but may be able to get some reps as a senior next year.
And Jordan Walker will take the knee. They'll have to run one more play. Getting a little bit excited a little bit too early. I think they'll just call it there. Well, 15 seconds left, and they'll just let it tick. Panthers stung by the Hornets, losing 35-17 in a heartbreaking loss. Join us next week
at Fort Smith Northside.
I've been your play-by-play commentator for the evening, Carson Cook, and sitting next to me, your color commentator,
Colton Hennessy.
Have a great evening, Panther fans.